My first thought was kind of anger, like why would they want to close our library? It's very well used. We have lots of families, lots of seniors who come to our library on a regular basis, and so I don't understand why they would want to close it. Nobody really gave a reason why.
This was Lisa Vreman of Williamsburg on All in a Day in March 2013, worried that the Williamsburg Library was going to be merged with the Morrisburg branch and therefore close. Worried maybe, but Lisa told me she was convinced she could change the minds of those making the decision.
I gave my presentation for reasons why we wanted to keep our library and asked why they would like to close it. They did not answer as I had expected because they said that I was allowed to make a presentation but not to be peppering them with questions. A few people called out from the audience saying, why haven't you answered my emails? Why won't you answer our phone calls? We have questions. Why? And they said, this is not the forum for this. The chair of the library board did say he will agree to have a public meeting in Williamsburg, which they expect will be late April or early May, where people can come and ask questions. But as far as the content of what I had to say, he kind of smoothed it over and said, just wait till we wow you with our presentation. You will be convinced that this will be a good thing to close your library. So,
could you be convinced?
I don't know if I could be, to be honest.
Is this for sure going ahead?
I don't think it is a done deal. We don't see why they have to go. Nobody seems to know why this decision has been made.
So you think you still have a chance to save it then?
I certainly do.
That was nearly 2 years ago. Now, you know how so many of these stories play out that we tell you about. Councillor board makes decision. Someone complains. Councillor board goes ahead with it anyway. That is not how the story played out, it seems. This week, the Williamsburg Library reopened in a new location. They've got an official party for it this weekend. Lisa Vreman is back with us on the line. Hello there.
Hi there. Pleased to be back with good news.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, tell me where this new library is.
It's right in Williamsburg, just a little bit west of the flashing light, and it's at the J.C. Whitaker Park.
Okay, and how does it compare to the old one?
It's beautiful. The old one was nice too, but it was in an older building. They built an addition to the recreation center at the park. So our library room, anyway, is a brand new room, and it's a little bit bigger than the old one. So that's a good thing too.
So you even got an increase in size.
A little increase, yeah.
But now the most important thing is it didn't, for your perspective, is it didn't go to Morrisburg.
That's right. Morrisburg Library was moved, and they renovated another building and put the Morrisburg Library into that building as well. It was a former high school. But they kept their library, and we kept our library.
So let's go back in time here to figure out how this happened. You heard yourself in that clip. The chair of the board said you'd be convinced when you saw the snazzy presentation. What did happen at that meeting?
At the meeting, they gave us a presentation of what their plan was. They wanted to amalgamate the two into one library in Morrisburg, and the people were not very receptive at that meeting to the plan. It seems like a lot of things have left Williamsburg over the last couple of decades, businesses and such. The township office has also recently moved from Williamsburg to Morrisburg into the building where the new library is. So we're really happy that we've been able to fight to keep this library here and that we've got it to stay.
Tell me about that fight, though. What did you do?
We talked to the media, wrote letters to the papers, backed up our information with statistics from the library website. Williamsburg has really good circulation. For one of the smaller branches, it circulates more books than some of the big branches per hour that it's open. Like Winchester and Morrisburg are the two nearest libraries to us. They're both much larger towns than we are, and their libraries are open 30 hours a week. And some months our Williamsburg Library would circulate as many books and DVDs and so on, almost as many, in 15 hours. And we're talking a town that only has a few hundred people in it.
So do you think when you presented that information to the people voting on this, did that change their minds?
I think it may have, and also the number of people who turned out to support our cause. I got the impression from the members of the library board that they didn't have all the information at their fingertips when they first decided to close Williamsburg.
Now, I talked to the board chair, Bill McGimpsey, this afternoon. He had not been a fan of this idea originally of keeping the you guys were on different sides of the fence on this.
Yes.
Although he did bring up the point to me that look, we were told we had to vacate those premises. Seemed like the best plan. He also says it was an election year and that the council members changed their votes because the pressure on them to that maybe they wouldn't get reelected. Do you think that played a role?
Oh, that's always possible. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a politician, so I don't know how their minds work, but I know that we certainly applied a lot of pressure to them. As soon as our library was in danger, we were at the council meetings, we were at the library board meetings. We made sure somebody was there listening and paying attention to everything.
So you were told there could be a library if someone could find a location, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so who came up with this new location?
It was a little girl named Sydney. And Sydney was, I think, 3 years old at the time, and she suggested to her mom, why couldn't we have our library at the park? So we'd investigated a few other buildings in town that didn't really seem to be suitable, and then looked into a portable, like portables at some schools, and that didn't look like a really good alternative. So someone else came up with the idea of doing the addition at the recreation building. So Sydney was the one who came up with the idea, Sydney Gravel.
It sort of feels like this Dr. Seuss or Andy Griffith story or something, that the child pipes up, what about at the park? That everybody...
Cindy Lou Who.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Sydney Gravel maybe should have her name on the library.
There you go. We can certainly ask her for that.
What was the reaction when you found out that this could actually go ahead?
Overwhelmingly happy. There are so many people who have helped with this journey. We've had, the council eventually was on our side, as was the majority of the library board, a small majority, and so many volunteers and our Friends of the Library group just finally working together and making this happen.
Yeah, you say small majority. I mean, you won by one vote.
One vote, yeah, 4-3.
So was it a nail-biter?
It was a bit of a nail-biter, for sure.
But now you have this library. What happens this weekend?
On Saturday, we're having an official open house, official opening from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and 10 o'clock is when they will have speeches and cake and goodies and a great party to celebrate the achievement. This is for sure now, though? Like, they can't come back later. You don't have to keep up a certain number or anything. This is to stay, right? That's my understanding. There were no strings attached to it.
Okay.
The township is the ones who paid for the new addition in the building, so it belongs to the township. If down the road the library board decided not to support a library in Williamsburg for whatever reason, the building still belongs to the township to do with as they please. Lisa Vreman, congratulations. Thank you so much. Have a great time at the party. We will. I think now maybe we should have, 3-year-olds suggest something to see if they can solve a lot of our problems around town. Thanks very much. Thank you. Lisa Vreman, Williamsburg resident who was instrumental in making sure the Williamsburg Library stayed in Williamsburg. She was successful with that. The new library has its official opening party from 10 a.m. tomorrow till 1 p.m. And that new library branch is at 12319 County